The rain hammered against the floor-to-ceiling windows of the high-rise office like it was trying to break in, mirroring the storm raging inside Noah Ellis's chest. He clutched the crumpled list in his fist, the one he'd scrawled at 3 a.m. after too much cheap whiskey and not enough sleep. Rule 1. Never look him in the eye. Rule 2. Keep conversations under 30 seconds. Rule 3. Exit stage left if he smiles. But as Hunter Kane strode into the conference room, his tailored suit clinging just right to broad shoulders, Noah felt the paper disintegrate in his sweat-slick palm, because Hunter's gaze locked on him like a heat-seeking missile, and that smile? It was already curving, slow, and lethal. "Morning, Ellis," Hunter drawled, voice like smoked bourbon. "You look like you could use a lifeline, or maybe just my number." Noah had always believed in lists. They were his armor, his roadmap through the chaos of life in Seattle, where the perpetual drizzle seemed to seep into everything, turning ambition into a slick, uncertain slide. At 28, he'd built a career on them. Grocery lists that kept his fridge stocked with kale smoothies and craft IPAs, workout lists that dragged him to the gym 3 times a week despite the ache in his quads, and now this desperate manifesto against the man who signed his paychecks. Hunter Kane wasn't just his boss. He was the kind of complication that could unravel a guy's carefully knotted ties. It started innocently enough, or as innocent as anything gets in the cutthroat world of Cascade Creative, a boutique ad agency perched on the edge of Elliott Bay. Noah had landed the junior copywriter gig 6 months ago, fresh off a string of freelance gigs that paid in ramen noodles and rejection emails. Seattle suited him. The fog-shrouded ferries cutting through the sound, the indie coffee shops where baristas knew your order by heart, the anonymous hum of a city that let you hide in plain sight. He was gay, out to his inner circle but not broadcasting it like some rainbow flag on a float. Too many scars from a conservative upbringing in Spokane, where different meant whispers behind cupped hands. Hunter, though? Hunter was the agency's golden boy, 35 and built like he'd stepped off a Patagonia catalog. Tall, with sun-kissed skin that spoke of summers in Baja or wherever execs like him escaped the rain, dark hair cropped close, and hazel eyes that shifted from warm amber to storm cloud gray depending on his mood. He ran meetings like a maestro, tossing out ideas that sparked like 4th of July fireworks, and his laugh, God, that laugh, could disarm a room full of skeptics. But Noah had seen the tabloid whispers. Hunter Kane, serial charmer, leaving a trail of broken hearts from Portland to LA straight as an arrow, or so the office grapevine swore, with a string of model types on his arm at industry galas. That's why the list existed. Noah had caught himself staring once, during an all-hands brainstorm, when Hunter leaned over the table to scribble a note, his cologne, a crisp mix of cedar and sea salt, wafting like a siren's call. Heat had flooded Noah's face, and he'd bolted to the bathroom, splashing cold water on his cheeks while muttering, "Get it together, Ellis. He's your boss. He's straight. He's trouble." The list was his vow. Survival in a job he loved, in a city that felt like home for the first time. But vows, like Seattle weather, had a way of shifting. The Monday after the conference room ambush, Noah arrived at the office with his armor intact. Noise-canceling headphones blasting The National, a thermos of black coffee, and the list laminated in his desk drawer like a talisman. He buried himself in revisions for the Evergreen Coffee campaign. Slogans about waking up to the grind that made him snort under his breath. By noon, his inbox pinged. A meeting invite from Hunter. Subject, brainstorm, you and me. Noah's stomach dropped. He scanned the list. Rule 4. Decline one-on-ones politely. But curiosity, that sneaky bastard, won out. The invite was for 2 p.m. in Hunter's corner office, with its view of the Olympics shrouded in mist. He knocked twice, heart thudding like bass at a warehouse rave. "Come in," Hunter called, and Noah pushed the door open to find him lounging against the desk. Sleeves rolled up to reveal forearms corded with muscle, a half-eaten turkey wrap abandoned nearby. "Ellis, right on time. Sit." Hunter gestured to the leather chair opposite, his smile easy but edged with something Noah couldn't place. Hunger, maybe, or amusement. Noah perched on the edge, notebook clutched like a shield. So, the evergreen pitch. Your taglines are gold. Brewed for the bold? Chef's kiss. Hunter mimed it, lips pursing in a way that sent a traitorous spark down Noah's spine. But I want to push it further. Make it personal. What's your morning ritual? The thing that gets you out of bed when the rain's pounding like it's personal. Noah blinked, caught off guard. Personal? This was work. Coffee, black, and a run along the waterfront if I'm not hungover. Hunter chuckled, low and rich. Hungover on a Monday? Naughty. Tell me more about the run. You strike me as the type who clears his head pounding pavement, rain or shine. It was innocent enough, but the way Hunter leaned in, elbows on knees, eyes tracing Noah's face like he was memorizing it. Innocent? Bullshit. Noah's throat went dry. Rule 5. Deflect with questions. What about you, Mr. Kane? What's your fuel? Hunter, please. And it's bourbon neat after hours, but mornings? A cold plunge in Lake Washington. Wakes the soul. He paused, grin widening. You should try it sometime. With me. Noah's brain short-circuited. Flirt? No, couldn't be. He forced a laugh, standing abruptly. Great ideas. I'll jot some notes. He was out the door before Hunter could respond. Pulse racing, list forgotten in the drawer. That night, in his cramped Belltown apartment, exposed brick walls lined with vinyl records and dog-eared paperbacks, Noah paced the living room, the city lights blurring through rain-streaked windows. His roommate, Mia, a graphic designer with a pixie cut and zero filter, caught him mid-loop. Spill, Ellis. You're wearing a trench in the floorboards. He collapsed onto the couch, burying his face in a throw pillow. It's Hunter, my boss. He's intense. Mia's eyebrows shot up. The hot one? With the jawline that could cut glass? Do tell. Noah groaned, recounting the meeting in halting bursts. Mia listened, then burst out laughing. Honey, that's flirting. Textbook. Cold plunge with me? Come on. He's straight, Noah protested, but it sounded weak even to him. Labels are for jam jars, and you're dodging like he's the plague. What's the real fear? Getting fired? Or getting laid? Noah didn't answer. The real fear was deeper, rooted in a high school memory. The locker room taunt after someone caught him glancing too long at the quarterback. The bruise that bloomed purple under his eye courtesy of his own father's tough love. Lists kept the world ordered. Hunter threatened to shatter it. The flirting escalated like the tide rolling in off the sound. Wednesday, a post-it on Noah's monitor. Your revisions? Fire. Lunch? Thursday, an email chain about font choices devolving into Hunter asking about Noah's favorite dive bar. The one with the best jukebox for heartbreak anthems. By Friday, during a team happy hour at Pike Place's Salt and Lime, Hunter slid into the booth beside him, thigh brushing Noah's under the table, casual as you please. You dance? Hunter asked over the hum of laughter and clinking glasses, his breath warm against Noah's ear. Noah's beer paused halfway to his lips. Not since college. Bad knees. Liar. I bet you move like sin. Hunter's hand grazed his arm, lingering a beat too long. Prove me wrong sometime. Noah fled to the bathroom, splashing water on his face, staring at his reflection. Flushed cheeks, dilated pupils. The list was a joke now, ink smeared from rereading. He texted Mia, he's relentless. Help. Her reply, lean in. Or run. Your call. But running felt impossible when Hunter's pull was gravity itself. As Noah stepped back into the bar, Hunter's eyes found him across the room, that smile blooming like dawn over the bay. And for the first time, Noah didn't look away. The weekend blurred in a haze of forced normalcy. A hike up Discovery Park with Mia, where the evergreens whispered secrets in the wind, and a solo screening of Call Me by Your Name that left him aching, Timothée Chalamet's peach-smeared longing too close to home. Sunday night, as thunder rumbled over the city, Noah's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Can't stop thinking about that jukebox. What's your go-to track? Hunter. Noah's thumb hovered. Delete. Block. Instead, he typed, Springsteen. Thunder Road. You. The reply came instant. Fitting. We're pulling out of here to win. Meet me at the office lot tomorrow? Early coffee run. It was a dare. Noah set the phone down, heart hammering. The list lay open on his nightstand. Rule 1 crossed out in red pen. Avoidance was a myth. Hunter was rewriting the rules. Monday dawned gray and relentless. The kind of Seattle morning that begged for hibernation. Noah arrived at the lot at 7:15, thermos in hand, only to find Hunter's sleek black Audi idling, headlights cutting fog like knives. Hop in, Hunter called through the open window, steam rising from 2 to-go cups on the dash. Against every screaming instinct, Noah did. The car smelled like leather and that damn cologne, and as they pulled onto Alaskan Way, Hunter handed him a cup. Black, 2 sugars, just how Noah took it. How'd you? Saw you grab one from the break room Friday. Figured. The casual observation landed like a punch. They drove in companionable silence at first, the radio murmuring indie folk, until Hunter broke it. Why the walls, Noah? You act like I'm the big bad wolf. Noah's grip tightened on the cup. You're my boss. Boundaries. Fair. But life's too short for just boundaries. Especially in this town. Rainy days make you crave connection. Hunter glanced over, eyes soft in the dash light. Tell me something real. What's the scar from? He nodded at Noah's knuckles, white from clenching. Noah hesitated, then flexed his hand. An old burn from a 4th of July sparkler mishap, but the real scar was invisible. The night his dad found his hidden copy of Brokeback Mountain, the shouting match that ended with Noah packing a bag at 16. Family stuff, he muttered. The kind that sticks. Hunter nodded, no pity, just understanding. Mine too. Dad was a logger up in Whatcom County. Expected me to chop wood and chase skirts. I did the chopping. The rest? Not so much. The admission hung there electric. Noah's breath caught. Was this a coming out? Or just 2 guys bonding over daddy issues? Before he could probe, they pulled up to the office, the moment fracturing like glass underfoot. Thanks for the ride, Noah said, stepping out. Anytime. And Noah. Hunter leaned across the console, voice dropping. That scar makes you more interesting. Not less. Noah walked into the building on jelly legs. The coffee warm in his veins, but doing nothing for the fire low in his belly. The list was ash now, Hunter was the blaze. Weeks blurred into a dangerous rhythm. Hunter's flirting became the office's worst-kept secret. Winks across the bullpen, accidental brushes in the elevator, late-night texts about campaign tweaks that veered into, what's keeping you up? Noah played along on the surface, quips and eye-rolls, but inside, he was a live wire. Mia dubbed it the slow burn, dragging him to therapy sessions with her friend Jordan, a soft-spoken counselor in Capitol Hill who specialized in queer unravelings. You're attracted, Jordan said one rainy afternoon, steam curling from their chamomile teas. That's not the problem. The fear is. Noah traced the rim of his mug. What if it's a game? Power trip for the straight guy slumming it. Or what if it's real? Jordan leaned forward. You've built walls to protect a heart that's been cracked before. But connection isn't the enemy, Noah. Isolation is. The words echoed as Noah left, dodging puddles on Broadway. Real. Hunter's laugh in meetings. The way he'd linger after hours to bounce ideas. The quiet intensity when their eyes met. Felt real. Terrifyingly so. Then came the client dinner at the Metropolitan Grill, downtown steakhouse haven for dealmakers. Noah was there as the wordsmith, polishing pitches over ribeyes and Bordeaux. Hunter sat across from him, tie loosened, shirt unbuttoned at the collar to reveal a sliver of tanned chest. Midway through dessert, creme brulee cracked with a spoon that Hunter wielded like a weapon. The client, a burly tech bro from Silicon Valley, droned on about metrics. Hunter's foot nudged Noah's under the table. Once accidental, twice deliberate. By the third, Noah's pulse was a drum solo, and when he met Hunter's gaze, those hazel eyes smoldered with promise. Later, in the valet line, rain slicking the streets, Hunter pulled him aside. "You're killing it tonight, but you're tense. Let me fix that." Before Noah could protest, Hunter's hand cupped the back of his neck, thumb stroking the tense knot there. The touch was fire firm, knowing. "Hunter, shoo, just breathe." His voice was gravel, breath mingling with Noah's in the downpour. For a heartbeat, Noah thought he'd close the gap, claim what the air crackled with. But Hunter pulled back, eyes dark. "Not here. Not like this." Noah drove home in a daze, the city lights streaking like tears. The list was gone, burned in a fit of defiance last week. What remained was want, raw and uncharted. And as he stripped down in his bathroom, steam fogging the mirror, he admitted it. He was falling. Hard. But falls in Seattle often ended in rocky shores. The afterglow of that touch lingered like the scent of rain on asphalt. Heady, inescapable. Noah woke Tuesday with Hunter's thumbprint ghosting his skin, a brand he couldn't scrub away. At the office, normalcy was a farce. Emails flew, deadlines loomed, but every glance from Hunter across the open-plan floor felt like foreplay. By lunch, Noah was fraying, retreating to the rooftop terrace where the wind whipped off the bay, carrying salt and the distant cry of gulls. He lit a rare cigarette, a vice from college days, inhaling deep as the city sprawled below, ferries dotting the water like whitecaps on a sigh. Footsteps crunched behind him. "Knew I'd find you up here." The brooding poet type. Hunter, hands in pockets, suit jacket slung over one shoulder. No tie today, just a crisp white button-down that hugged his frame. Noah exhaled smoke, offering the pack. Hunter waved it off. "Quitting's my resolution every January. Fails spectacularly." "Solidarity, then?" Noah stubbed it out, leaning against the railing. The Olympics loomed hazy in the distance, peaks like jagged teeth. Client loved the pitch. "You were on fire." "We were." Hunter stepped closer, close enough that Noah caught the cedar whiff. "But that's work. What's got you twisted? The touch? Or the almost?" Noah's laugh was bitter. "Both. All of it. You're my boss, Hunter. This us. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen." Hunter's jaw tightened, but his eyes softened. "I'm not blind to the risks. HR policies, optics, all that corporate bullshit. But I'm not playing, Noah. Haven't been since that first meeting when you called out my weak slogan and made the room laugh. You're sharp, real. In a world full of yes-men, that's rare." The vulnerability cracked something in Noah. He wanted to believe it, to lean into the heat radiating from Hunter's body. Instead, he sidestepped. "Flattery's your weapon, Kane. What's the endgame?" Hunter reached out, tucking a wind-tossed strand behind Noah's ear. Gentle, intimate. "Dinner. Saturday. No clients, no agendas. Just you, me, and whatever this is." Noah's breath hitched. "And if I say no? Then I respect it. But say yes, Noah. Let me show you I'm worth the risk." The terrace door swung shut behind Hunter minutes later, leaving Noah adrift in the wind, pulse thundering. Yes, the word echoed in his veins. Saturday arrived like a thief, stealing Noah's nerves with it. He stood before his mirror in a navy Henley and slim jeans, hair styled with more product than usual, second-guessing every choice. Mia hovered in the doorway, arms crossed, a grin splitting her face. "You look edible. Where's he taking you?" "Some Italian spot in Fremont." "Trattoria Something." "Classy. Remember, if he ghosts, we key the Audi." She hugged him fierce. "Have fun, Ellis. You deserve this." The restaurant glowed like a lantern against the dusk, fairy lights strung over ivy-draped patios. Hunter waited at a corner table, candlelight carving shadows across his features, a bottle of Chianti already breathing. He stood as Noah approached, pulling out his chair with a flourish that felt old-school romantic. "You clean up lethal. Flirt, Noah teased, but his cheeks warmed. The menu blurred under Hunter's gaze. Intense, appreciative. Dinner unfolded in layers. Stories over bruschetta, Hunter recounting his climb from intern to exec, the divorce from his college sweetheart that left him questioning everything. She was great on paper, he said, swirling wine. But I was lying to myself, to her. Took losing it all to admit I wanted more. Noah's fork paused midair. More like what? Like this. Hunter's hand covered his across the table, thumb tracing knuckles. A guy who sees through the suit, who challenges me. The air thickened, charged. Noah squeezed back, the contact a lifeline. They lingered over tiramisu, knees brushing under the damask cloth, laughter easing the edges of doubt. As they stepped into the night, Fremont's quirky streets alive with buskers and food trucks, Hunter draped an arm around Noah's shoulders. Casual, then not. At Noah's building, under the awning shielding them from a sudden shower, Hunter cupped his face. Inside? Or good night? Noah's heart seized. Inside. The apartment door clicked shut, and it was a dam breaking. Hunter's mouth on his hungry thorough tasted of wine and want. They stumbled to the couch, hands mapping uncharted territory. Noah's fingers in Hunter's hair, tugging. Hunter's lips trailing fire down his neck, eliciting gasps that echoed off the bricks. Clothes shed in a frenzy, skin on skin, the rain a percussion to their rhythm. After, tangled in sheets that smelled of them, Hunter traced lazy circles on Noah's chest. No regrets. None. Noah kissed his temple, the weight of Hunter's head on his shoulder grounding him. For the first time in years, the world felt steady. Bliss, however, was fleeting in Seattle's fickle clime. Monday brought a cold snap, and with it, whispers. In the break room, two account execs huddled over lattes. Saw Kane's car at that Belltown walk-up Saturday. With Ellis? Bold. Noah's stomach knotted as he slipped away, but the damage seeped. By Wednesday, HR emails circulated. Anonymous tip about fraternization concerns. Hunter called an emergency meeting in his office, door locked, blinds drawn. Someone's talking, he said, pacing like a caged panther. Probably jealous, but we'll handle it. Discretion for now. Noah nodded, but fear coiled tight. What if it blows up? My job. Our jobs. Hunter pulled him close, foreheads touching. I'm in this. All in. The reassurance held until Friday, when Mia burst into the apartment, eyes wide. Babe, check your email. Company-wide. It was a memo from the board. Conduct review initiated. All staff urged to report violations. Noah's name wasn't mentioned, but the implication hung like fog. Hunter texted immediately, my place. Now. His queen and condo overlooked the lights of the city, all sleek lines and floor-to-ceiling views. Hunter poured scotch, handing Noah a glass with steady hands. It's bullshit. Power play from the old guard. They've been gunning for me since the merger. But us. Noah trailed off, the scotch burning less than the truth. Hunter set his glass down, drawing Noah to the window. The Space Needle pierced the night like a beacon. Us is the best thing I've got going. Fight for it. Noah leaned into him, the city a glittering promise below. Yeah, fight. They did, in stolen moments. Hurried lunches in Hunter's car, parked in shadowed lots. Whispered calls after midnight, voices husky with missing. Noah's writing sharpened, infused with the fire of new love. Campaigns that won awards, clients that raved. Hunter glowed, his meetings electric, touches lingering in empty halls. But shadows lengthened. Late one night, scrolling LinkedIn in bed, Noah stumbled on an old profile pic. Hunter at a gala, arm around a stunning woman. His ex? Sure, but the caption read power couple goals. Doubt crept in, a chill draft. Was this real or just Hunter's latest conquest? The question festered through a weekend getaway to the San Juans, ferry ride to Orcas Island, cabin by the sea. They kayaked at dawn, waves lapping like lovers' sighs. made love on flannel sheets as loons called, hiked to the summit where the world fell away. "You're it?" Hunter murmured that night, stars wheeling overhead. "No more lists, just us." Noah believed him, tracing the constellation of freckles across Hunter's shoulders. But belief was fragile, and Seattle waited with its undercurrents. Back in the city, the review dragged. Interviews were scheduled, polite inquisitions in sterile rooms. Noah stonewalled, citing professional collaboration. Hunter did the same, but tension etched lines around his eyes. Then, the betrayal, a leaked email chain forwarded anonymously to the board. Not just whispers, screenshots of their texts, intimate snippets twisted out of context. "Come over. Need you," became inappropriate solicitation. Noah confronted Hunter in the parking garage. Rain sheeting down. Who the hell sold us out?" Hunter's face crumpled. "I don't know, but it's bad. They're suspending me pending investigation." The world tilted. Noah grabbed his arm. "We fight this. Together." Hunter pulled away, eyes haunted. "I can't let you sink too. Take the leave they offer. Distance. Distance." Noah's voice cracked. "That's your plan? Run. It's protection." But Hunter's tone wavered, and in that moment, Noah saw the fracture. Fear, not of the job, but of the heart. He stormed off into the storm, soaked to the bone, the city swallowing him whole. At home, Mia wrapped him in a towel, brewing tea as he spilled. "Bastard scared," she said. "But you're fire. Don't let him dim it." Alone later, staring at the ceiling, Noah resurrected the list. Not avoidance, but armor. Rule 1. Protect your heart. Rule 2. Demand truth. Rule 3. Walk if it's lies. The fight was just beginning. Suspension hit like a squall off the Strait of Juan de Fuca. Sudden, disorienting, leaving Noah adrift in the churn. The office email arrived at 8:47 a.m. Polite legalese cloaking the blade. Administrative leave. Effective immediately. Await further correspondence. No call from Hunter, just a curt text. "Handle this your way. I'll fix mine." Noah's apartment, once a sanctuary, closed in like a damp fog. He paced the length of it, from the kitchenette where he'd burned toast that morning to the window overlooking the bay, where container ships crawled like beetles. Mia was at a client shoot, leaving him to the mercy of his thoughts, vicious loops of what-ifs and maybes. Had Hunter known about the leak? Was the gala arm candy a sign of deeper deceptions? The texts mocked him from his phone, each one a breadcrumb leading to this barren now. By noon, he'd packed a bag and fled to his childhood haunt. A drive up I-5 to Spokane, the land flattening from evergreens to wheat-gold plains under a sky the color of slate. Home wasn't home anymore. His parents' ranch style in the suburbs, where Dad still tuned the tractor and Mom baked pies for church socials. But it was a tether, a place to remember who he was before lists and longing. The welcome was wary. Dad clapped him on the back at the door, calluses rough as sandpaper. "Noah boy." Unexpected. Mom hugged tighter, flour-dusted apron enveloping him in vanilla and regret. Over pot roast that night, conversations skirted the edges. His break from the city job, the weather's cruelty, the neighbor's new grandbaby. But after, in the guest room with its faded baseball posters, Mom slipped in, sitting on the bed's edge. "Talk to me, sweetheart. You're carrying thunderclouds." Noah's throat tightened. The old wounds surfaced. The taunts, the hiding. The night Dad found the book and roared about fixing him. But here, in the half-light, he let it spill. The job, the man, the fall. Mom listened, hand on his knee, tears tracking silent paths. "You've always been our light," she whispered. "Even when we dimmed it. Love him, then fight like hell. But love yourself first." Her words were a balm, stitching the frayed edges. Dad, gruff the next morning over coffee, added his piece. "Men make mistakes, big ones, but running, that's the coward's trail." It wasn't absolution, Old hurts lingered, but it was bridge building, a nod to the boy they'd lost and the man reclaiming his ground. Noah drove back Sunday night, the Cascades rising like sentinels, resolve hardening. Seattle greeted him with a break in the clouds, sunlight gilding the sound. He ignored the leave emails, drafting a response instead. Formal, fierce, demanding transparency. Then he called Jordan. "Sounds like abandonment," the therapist said over speaker, rain pattering the line. "But also self-preservation. What's your North Star here, Noah?" "Truth," he said without hesitation. "And not losing myself in the chase." Monday he showed up at Cascade Creative anyway, badge scanned, desk claimed. Whispers rippled like pond stones, but Noah held his chin high, diving into freelance mocks for a side gig. By afternoon, security escorted him out. "Policy, Mr. Ellis. No malice in the guard's eyes, just duty." Hunter's silence stretched to Wednesday, broken by a voicemail. Voice strained, background hum of airport announcements. "Noah, I'm in Portland for depositions. This mess, it's bigger than us. Call me." He didn't. Instead, he met Mia and her girlfriend, Lena, a tattooed barista with a laugh like bells, at a Capitol Hill dive, the kind with sticky floors and queer anthems on the juke. Beers flowed, stories swapped. Lena's ink apprenticeship, Mia's latest Photoshop fail. To Phoenix's, Mia toasted, clinking bottles, rising from the asshole ashes. Noah laughed, real and ragged, the bar's neon haze a cocoon. But as closing time neared, his phone buzzed. "Hunter. Outside. Please." The man waited under a street lamp, trench coat beaded with rain, face gaunt in the sodium glow. "You came back to the office. Ballsy. Stubborn." Noah crossed arms, the chill seeping through his jacket. "You ghosted. Explain." Hunter raked a hand through wet hair. "Couldn't drag you down. The leak? Traced it to my ex-assistant Riley, bitter over a pass. But the board's using it to oust me. Merger politics. And us." Noah's voice cracked. "Collateral." "No." Hunter stepped closer, desperation etching his features. "God, no." Panicked. Old habits. Protect by pushing away. He reached, hesitant, and Noah let him pull him into an alley alcove, away from prying eyes. The kiss was apology and anchor, salt-tinged and deep. "Forgive me." Noah broke it, searching those hazel depths. "Prove it. No more hiding. Deal." Hunter's grin was tentative sunrise. "Dinner tomorrow. My place. I'll cook. Burnt ends and all." Relief flooded, warm as whiskey. They parted with linked pinkies, a promise in the press. The week rebuilt in fragile increments. Hunter's condo became their haven. Meals charred but shared. Movies on the couch with takeout Thai. Bodies entwining slow and sure. Noah opened up, about the Spokane scars, the list that started as shield now scattered like confetti. Hunter reciprocated. The logger father's disdain for his softness. The closet he'd cracked in college only to bolt back in for career's sake. "You're brave," Noah said one night, fingers tracing Hunter's jaw as they lay spent, city lights painting their skin. "You're my courage." Hunter kissed his palm. "Never letting go." But courage tested comes with barbs. Friday brought the board's verdict. Hunter reinstated on probation. Noah cleared but advised against proximity. Whispers persisted. Riley's firing made headlines in adage. Fraternization fallout at Cascade. Clients pulled back. Tension crackling meetings like static. Noah felt the strain in Hunter's touch. Possessive now, edged with fear. "They're watching," Hunter muttered after a tense pitch, where a XX side-eye lingered too long. "Let them." Noah squeezed his hand under the table. "We earned this." Yet doubt whispered. Was it earning or endurance? Late nights, Hunter buried in calls. Noah stared at the ceiling. Ha'ai-Neem pulling him to boyhood summers by the Spokane River. Lazy days fishing with Dad before the rift, when love was simple as a cast line. The breaking point brewed over a weekend in the Olympics. Cabinet retreat Hunter insisted on. To reset. They hiked Hurricane Ridge, trails crunching underfoot, peaks piercing clouds like accusations. At the summit, wind howling, Hunter dropped to one knee. Not proposal, but plea. A key in his palm to the condo. Move in. Make this official. Fuck the board. Noah's heart soared, then plummeted. It's fast. And the optics. Optics be damned. Hunter's eyes blazed. I love you, Noah. Say yes. The words hung, a precipice. Love. Noah had skirted it, afraid of the drop. But here, with eagles wheeling and the world vast below, he jumped. Yes. Back in Seattle, boxes packed, life intertwined. Mornings. Coffee shared over the sink, Hunter's lips on Noah's shoulder as he stirred. Evenings. Vinyl spinning Springsteen, bodies swaying slow. The office truce held, professional distance by day, passion by night. But betrayal's echo lingered. One evening, rifling Hunter's desk for a pen, Noah found it. A drawer of Polaroids, faded shots of Hunter with men. Beards, tattoos, smiles frozen in time. Notes scrawled, LA 18 wild ride. New York 15, almost. A trail of almosts, hearts half committed. Jealousy spiked, hot and irrational. That night, over pasta, Noah confronted. Who's Dean? The one with the surfboard grin. Hunter froze, fork midway. Old flame. College. Why? The drawer. Your gallery of ghosts. Hunter's face shuddered. Keepsakes. Not regrets. But they are. Noah's voice rose, plates clattering. Am I just the latest? Seattle edition? No. Hunter reached, but Noah recoiled. Truth, remember? Or is that just for show? The argument spilled into the hall, door slamming on Hunter's pleas. Noah fled to Mia's, crashing on her couch, rain lashing the windows like judgment. Morning brought clarity, and Hunter at the door, eyes red-rimmed, Polaroids in hand. Burn them. With me. They're past. You're now. They did. In a metal bowl on the balcony. Flames licking images to ash, scattering on the wind. Catharsis, raw and real. No more ghosts, Hunter vowed, arms wrapping tight. Noah nodded, but the scar itched, a reminder that love, like the tide, ebbs with secrets. As autumn deepened, leaves turning the parks to fire, their bond fortified. Holiday party loomed, a minefield of eyes and innuendo. They entered arm in arm, defying whispers, a quiet revolution. Toasts rang, Hunter's speech lauding teamwork beyond boundaries. Eyes on Noah, proud and fierce. Later, slow dancing in the hotel ballroom, chandeliers dripping light. Noah whispered, "We made it." Hunter's hand at his waist tightened. And more. But Seattle's underbelly stirred. A rival agency poached clients, citing instability. Board pressure mounted, Hunter's probation a noose tightening. In bed that night, Noah traced the worry lines on Hunter's brow. What's the play? Endure. But Hunter's voice hollowed. Or walk. Start fresh. The word walk echoed old fears. Noah pushed it down, focusing on the now. Thanksgiving with Mia's crew, turkey and queer carols. A New Year's Eve ferry cruise, fireworks bursting over the Needle as they kissed, cold noses bumping. Winter gripped hard, snow blanketing the city in rare hush. One blizzard night, power out, they huddled by candlelight, stories weaving intimacy. Hunter confessed the deepest cut. Coming out to his father years ago, the logger's silence louder than shouts. He died not knowing me, really knowing. Noah held him through tears, their shared vulnerabilities a mortar. He sees now, somehow. Spring hinted early. Cherry blossoms unfurling in the U District, a promise of thaw. Noah's promotion came through. Senior copywriter, merit-based, a win unchained to scandal. Celebration dinner at the condo. Steak seared perfect, wine flowing, Hunter's toast slurring sweet. To you, Noah Ellis, my anchor. They made love on the rug, slow and worshipful, bodies a language of forgiveness. After, sated, Noah murmured, "Marry me?" Hunter's laugh bubbled. "Thought you'd never ask." But joy's peak often precedes the plunge. The call came mid-May, board ultimatum. Resign or face ethics probe. Fueled by Riley's vengeful affidavit, alleging coercion. Hunter's face drained as he hung up. "It's over." "No." Noah gripped his hand. "We pivot. Together." Hunter pulled away, shadows deepening. "I can't. Not if it tanks you." The fracture widened, old patterns resurrecting. Noah saw it, the push, the protect by destroy. "Don't," he begged. "Fight with me." But Hunter's eyes were distant seas. "I need space. To end this clean." Clean. The word sliced. Noah left, bag in hand, the condo echoing empty. Back at his old apartment, sublet reclaimed, the walls closed, list reborn in his journal. Rule 1, grieve. Rule 2, rebuild. Rule 3, love again, wiser. Weeks bled into silence. Seattle blooming indifferent. Mia dragged him to pride events. Rainbow flags snapping in breeze. Bodies a tide of acceptance. Jordan's sessions peeled layers. Betrayal's not the man. It's the fear he mirrors. Noah nodded, journaling feverishly. Stories of almost loves. Now fuel for pitches that landed him freelance gold. One evening, walking Alki Beach, sunset painting the sound crimson, his phone lit. Hunter. Coffee? Neutral ground. The cafe in West Seattle hummed neutral. Baristas calling orders, steam hissing. Hunter looked wrecked. Unshaven, shirt rumpled, eyes pleading. "I resigned." Clean break. Noah's chest caved. "And us?" Us was real. Hunter slid an envelope across. Keys not to the condo, but a storage unit. "Your stuff. And this." Inside. A letter, handwritten, pages thick with regret. "I pushed because I feared losing you to my mess. Stupid. I love you still. Always." Tears blurred ink. Noah met Hunter's gaze. Space healed some. But love? It demands presence. Hunter nodded, broken. "I know. Go live, Noah. Be brilliant." The goodbye was quiet. No drama. Just hands clasped. Then released. Noah walked out into summer's promise. Heart a mosaic, cracked, but light forged. Months turned, seasons wheeling. Noah thrived. New agency gig at Puget Sound Media. Campaigns that sparked. A novel outline birthing from pain. Dates flickered. A barista with kind eyes. A teacher with wanderlust. But none stuck. Echoes of Hunter's laugh haunting. Fall brought the gala. Ad Council's black tie bash at the Museum of Flight. Noah went solo, tux sharp, resolve sharper. Mingling amid warbirds and champagne flutes, he felt eyes. Familiar hazel. Hunter, across the room, suit impeccable, alone. Their gazes locked, current arcing. Approach or orbit? Noah chose orbit, heart pounding through small talk. Later, on the balcony overlooking the tarmac, planes silhouetted against city glow, Hunter found him. "You look incredible." "You too." Awkward beat. "How's the fresh start?" "Consulting. Portland mostly. Miss Seattle. Miss you." Noah leaned on the rail, wind tugging his bow tie. "Missed the fight in you." Hunter stepped close, not touching. "Learned some. Therapy mostly. Facing the logger ghost." Pride swelled, mingled with ache. "Good." Silence stretched, pregnant. Then, soft, second chance. Noah turned, searching. The man before him was stripped, vulnerable, present. No ghosts just now. Maybe. Slow. "Coffee first." Hunter's smile dawned, tentative. "Coffee. Tomorrow." As they parted, hands brushing. A spark, not blaze. Noah breathed deep. Seattle's lights twinkled below. A map of maybes. The list? Archived. Life was the story now, unwritten, open. Coffee turned to coffee's neutral corners in Seattle's labyrinth of roasters, where the hiss of espresso machines masked the stutter of restarts. Noah kept it light. Work riffs, city quirks, the absurd bloom of a dahlia in his window box. Hunter matched, no pushes, just presence. Laugh lines crinkling, stories of Portland's food carts and rainy runs along the Willamette. The pull remained, magnetic, but Noah held the reins, testing waters warmed by time. By October's amber haze, boundaries blurred. A hike in Discovery Park. Ferns unfurling underfoot. Salal berries staining fingers purple. Hunter packed a thermos of cider, spiked with bourbon, and as they summit, views of the sound stretching endless, he stopped. This us again, it's different. Better. Noah nodded, moss soft under his boots. Wiser hurts, but it sticks. The kiss came natural, unhurried. Lips tasting of spice and second tries. No rush to bedsheets. Instead, slow dances in Hunter's new rental. A queen in brownstone with creaky floors and a porch swing. They talked till dawn. Hunter's therapy breakthroughs. The letter he'd written but never sent to his dad's grave. Noah's novel draft. Chapters bleeding vulnerability. Cascade faded to footnote. Hunter's non-compete lapsed. Noah's new gig at Puget Sound Media thriving under a queer-friendly boss, Elena, who championed authentic voices. Whispers died. Success silenced them. Holidays approached, laced with minefields. Noah's family dinner in Spokane. Hunter's solo tradition of logging trails in memory of Dad. Join me? Noah asked over pumpkin soup at a Capitol Hill bistro, leaves swirling outside. Hunter's fork paused. Your folks, after everything, they're trying. Mom's got a gluten-free pie recipe. Dad asks about that ad man now. The drive east was a time warp. Evergreens yielding to sagebrush, radio scanning classic rock. Spokane welcomed with crisp air, the river glinting like forgiveness. Mom enveloped Hunter in hugs, Dad's handshake firm but appraising over turkey. Conversation lilted awkward at first. Weather, football, then deepened. Dad sharing logger tales, Hunter countering with chainsaw scars. By pie, laughter flowed, real as the lilac city's namesake blooms. In the guest room, Noah whispered, See? Bridges. Hunter's arms tightened. Family. Yours now. New Year's brought Elena's bash. Warehouse loft in Soto, fairy lights and funk bass thumping. Noah and Hunter arrived coupled, hands linked, drawing nods not stares. Midnight countdown, confetti raining, they kissed amid cheers, claiming space, unapologetic. Winter's grip loosened into spring's tease, but undercurrents stirred. Hunter's consulting boomed, big fish in Portland's pond, but late calls pulled him away, voice tight with deadlines. Noah buried in novel edits, pages pulsing with their story. A copywriter and exec, lists to love. Mia red drafts tearing up. Publish this. It's us, all of us. Doubt flickered when Hunter canceled a weekend in the San Juans. Client emergency. Rain check. Texts grew sparse, excuses layering like Seattle's overcast. Noah pushed down jealousy, focusing on therapy check-ins with Jordan. Trust's a muscle. Flex it. The snap came in April, dogwoods blushing pink. Noah arrived at Hunter's brownstone unannounced. Key he'd reclaimed in hand. Arms laden with takeout pho and tulips from Pike Place. The door yielded to laughter. Feminine, lilting, from the living room. He froze in the threshold. Hunter on the couch, arm around a woman. Mid-30s, auburn waves, green eyes sharp as emeralds. Riley? No, worse. The ex from the gala pics, vivacity incarnate. Noah. Hunter startled, disentangling. Early finish. This is Tessa. Old friend from L.A. In town for reconnection. The word tasted ash. Tessa stood, hand extended, smile polished. Hunter's told me so much. You're the writer. Noah ignored it, eyes on Hunter, betrayal's blade twisting. Friend. Right. The air crackled. Tessa excused gracefully, heels clicking out. leaving silence thick as fog. Hunter reached. "It's nothing," she called. "Needed advice on a pitch. Divorce miss." Arm around her? Laughter like that. Noah's voice rose, faux spilling forgotten on the hall table. "I saw the drawer once. Ghosts. Now exes on the couch." Hunter's face hardened. "Jealousy's ugly, Noah." She's straight. Was past. "But I'm present. And you're pulling away cancellations, silences. What's the truth?" Hunter paced, hands fisting hair. "Truth? Pressure. The board circling back. Whispers of lawsuit if I don't stabilize. Tessa's connected. Could smooth. Smooth with her body on yours?" Noah laughed, hollow. "Power plays again. I'm the risk you mitigate." "No." Hunter lunged, grabbing wrists. "You're everything. But this world's cruel to us. I protect. By lying." Noah wrenched free. "That's not protection. It's prison." The fight devolved. Accusations hurled like hail. Hunter's closet habits. Noah's walls rebuilt too quick. "You never fully let go," Hunter spat. "Always waiting for the fall. Because you push me there." Noah shouted, voice echoing off beams. He stormed out, tulips crushed underfoot, driving blind through tears, the city a smear of neon judgment. Mia's couch welcomed again, her arms a harbor. "Classic Kane," she sighed, brewing chamomile. "Fear disguised as strategy." Noah curled fetal. "Love shouldn't hurt like this." "It doesn't. When it's right." She stroked his hair. "Heal. Then decide." Days blurred to weeks. No contact. Radio silence a mercy. Noah poured into work, novel finished, query letters flying. Elena greenlit a campaign. Love unscripted, queer stories for a dating app. Noah's words raw with recent rain. Pride Month dawned. Parades thumping Broadway with drums and drag queens. Noah marching with Mia. Sign high. Lists can't hold love. Hunter's text came mid-parade. "Saw you on the news. Proud. Can we talk?" Noah deleted, then regretted, heart a battlefield. Jordan mediated over Skype. "Closure or chapter?" "Your call." "Both," Noah admitted. They met at the old cafe, neutral as ever, steam curling between mugs. Hunter looked hollowed, stubble shadowing jaw, eyes shadowed deeper. "I fucked up. Tessa was nothing but the lie. Habit. Bad one." Noah stirred sugar, slow. "Habits kill. We almost did." "I know." Hunter's hand hovered, then dropped. "Therapy's kicking my ass. Facing the push-pull. Want you back, but only if it's equal." The offer tempted, a lifeline. But Noah saw clearer now. Love wasn't salvage. It was soil, needing fresh till. Friends first. Slow. No keys, no couches. Hunter nodded, relief cracking his mask. Friends. Summer unfolded tentative. Group hangs with Mia and Lena. Barbecues on Alki where Hunter manned the grill. Jokes easy but touches absent. Noah dated casually. A surfer from Bainbridge, sweet but surfaceless. Testing waters without diving. The novel sold. Small press buzz building. Launch party in fall, a whirlwind of signings and toasts. Hunter came, suit swapped for Henley, clapping loudest. After, on the venue's rooftop, city humming below, he pulled Noah aside. "This is you." Shining. Noah's chest tightened. "Miss the us version." "Me too." Hunter's voice roughened. "Ready for more?" The question hung, stars pricking the dome. Noah weighed. The hurt, the growth, the gravity unbroken. Yeah, but terms, therapy together. No secrets. And space when it stings. Done. Hunter's kiss was seal, gentle, promising. Fall deepened their recommit. Joint sessions with Jordan. Unpacking the betrayal's bones. Dates intentional. Ferry to Bainbridge for wine tastings, knees touching on deck. Cabin in the Cascades, snowshoeing trails where Hunter proposed properly. Ring simple, silver with inset jade. For new starts. Noah said yes, tears freezing on lashes. Yes. Winter wedding. Small, courthouse crisp with snow flurries. Mia officiating in a suit of rainbow pins. Vows exchanged. I choose you, storms and all. Reception at the brownstone. Friends toasting with eggnog. Dad's voice gruff over Zoom. Proud, son. Honeymoon in New Orleans. Delta warmth the bomb. Jazz spilling from Bourbon Street doors. They wandered Garden District mansions. Beignet sugaring fingers, Hunter's arms steady. One night, under live oaks dripping Spanish moss, Hunter knelt again. Not proposal. Promise. No more pushes. Just pull. Noah pulled him up, kissing deep. Pull all you want. Back in Seattle, life rooted. Noah's book tour. Hunter's firm launching inclusive campaigns. Challenges came, board remnants sniping, family holidays testing, but they faced tandem, hands clasped. The true test brewed in spring. Tessa's return. Not foe but olive branch. Apology email to both. I stirred shit unwittingly. Happy for you. Hunter shared it instant, no hiding. Noah read, then deleted. Ghost banished. Summer's peak. Anniversary eve. Rooftop picnic. City at feet. Hunter uncorked champagne. To lists abandoned. To stories written together. Noah clinked, then paused. One caveat. If betrayal knocks again, we answer together. Hunter's eyes held steady. Trust bloomed, fragile perennial. But in Seattle's fickle grace it endured. Anniversaries marked milestones, but the second year etched deeper grooves. Joys sharpened, scars tested. Noah's novel, Unlisted Hearts, climbed indie charts. Readings in Portland and San Francisco drawing crowds hungry for queer grit. Hunter's firm, Kane Collective, snagged a national account. Authentic bonds for a mental health app. Irony not lost. They balanced it with rituals. Sunday ferries to nowhere, hands laced on benches, watching seals bask. Therapy Tuesdays, where Jordan's gentle probes unearthed what-ifs like buried roots. But equilibrium quivered. Hunter's travel ramped. Client schmoozes in LA, where Tessa now consulted. Their professional lunches logged transparently but gnawing at Noah's edges. Trust the work, Jordan coached during a solo session. Rain lashing the window. Not the shadow. Noah nodded, but shadows lengthened. A book signing in Eugene. Fans gushing, but one question lingered. Is the boss character redeemed? Noah's smile faltered. Redemption's daily. Messy. Back home, Hunter waited with lasagna. His one culinary win. Candlelight flickering. Killed it down there? Mostly. Noah set the wine down heavier than intended. That lunch with Tessa today? Hunter's fork stilled. Pitch debrief. Nothing more. Transcript emailed. I know. Noah sighed, rubbing temples. Just echoes. Hunter slid around the table, chair scraping. Echoes fade when we name them. His hands framed Noah's face, thumbs stroking cheekbones. You're my echo, the one that stays. The kiss dissolved doubt, bodies familiar yet fervent, rediscovering in the halls dim. Love as verb, active and affirming. Summer swelled with plans. Cabin renovation in the San Juans, a writer-in-residence gig for Noah in Maine. But August brought the quake. A call from Elena. Board sniffing again. Old scandal, new spin. Anonymous source claiming coercion. Noah's blood iced. Riley. Worse. Internal. Someone close. Hunter stormed the office that night. Face thunderous. Traced the IP. It's from Kane Collective. My own team. Betrayal's second strike. Sharper for proximity. They hunkered. Lawyers consulted over bourbon. Statements drafted. Hunter fired the culprit. A junior exec, resentful of his favoritism. But the damage rippled. Media murmurs, client hesitations. Nights grew taut, sleep fractured. Noah woke sweating from dreams of lists chaining him. Hunter a specter. We're cursed, he muttered one dawn, coffee bitter on his tongue. Hunter pulled him close, stubble rasping. Cursed? Not tested. Like every couple worth salt. The probe dragged into fall. depositions in sterile rooms where lawyers parse texts like tea leaves. Noah testified steady, mutual, chosen. Hunter echoed, voice iron. Tessa even vouched via affidavit. Professional only. They're solid. Vindication came crisp November. Case dropped, source exposed as grudge-fueled fabrication. Champagne popped in the brownstone. Mia toasting. To unbreakable bastards. Relief bonded them tighter. Sex reclaiming spaces. Laughter reclaiming air. But the scar pulsed. Trust, once muscle, now tendon stretched thin. Holiday split. Noah to Spokane for Lilac Festival echoes. Hunter to Whatcom for a memorial hike. Scattering metaphorical ashes of old wounds. Reunion Christmas Eve, tree trimmed with mismatched ornaments. Bing Crosby crooning. Gifts exchanged. Noah's for Hunter. A leather journal inscribed, Our Story. Unhosted. Hunter's. A custom pen etched, Write Our Forever. New Year dawned collaborative. Joint pitch for Noah's next book. A memoir hybrid on queer resilience. Agent buzzed. Bestseller potential. With your dynamic, gold. Spring greened with growth. Maine residency. Noah in a coastal cottage. Waves crashing like applause. Drafting amid lobster shacks and lighthouse beams. Hunter visited weekends. Ferry crossings a ritual. Bringing Portlandia takeout and Titapool hunts. One evening, fog rolling in. They walked the shore, boots sinking in wrack. Miss this daily, Hunter said, arm around Noah's waist. Miss you more. Noah kicked a shell, pearly arc, but space breathes life in. Return to Seattle, book 2 signed, tour mapped. Hunter's firm expanded. Seattle satellite, queer hires headlining. Pride amplified. They keynote to panel, love in the lens, sharing scars to cheers. But summer's heatwave brewed storm. A client gala in L.A., Hunter solo, Noah buried in edits. Texts flowed affectionate, then sparse. A photo surfaced, Hunter arm casual around a colleague, male, chiseled at the afterparty. Caption, Team wins. Noah's gut twisted. Echo? Or evolution? He called Jordan. Jealousy's back. Claws in. Name it, she urged. Then name your boundary. Confrontation waited till Hunter's return. Airport pickup. Tension humming in the Prius. Saw the pic, Noah said, merging onto I-5. Hunter sighed. Evan. New hire. Networking. Arms just bro code. Looked cozy. Noah's knuckles whitened on wheel. Hunter's hand covered his. Cozy's you. Always. Home unpacked the rest. Dinner abandoned for honesty hour. Wine loosening tongues. I flirt harmless, Hunter admitted. Old armor. Slips. Noah nodded, hurt airing. Armor wounds. Set the guardrail. No arms but mine. Done. Hunter sealed with a vow kiss. Slow burn to blaze. Fall harvested bounty. Book launch in Seattle. Hunter emceeing. Crowd electric. Tour whirlwind. Chicago, NYC, Hunter tagging for East Coast legs. Hotel nights a blur of room service and reunions. One Manhattan dusk, atop the High Line. Rails humming below, Hunter murmured. This life's ours. Earned. Noah leaned in. Earning continues. Winter whispered challenges. Noah's Spokane visit soured. Dad's health dip. Pneumonia gripping lungs. Hunter flew out. Bedside vigil. Mom's pie shared in hospital glow. Family, Dad wheezed, gripping Hunter's hand. Good one. Recovery slow but bonds mended. Back west, gratitude deepened intimacy. Mornings languid, touches reverent. Spring's renewal. 3rd anniversary. Vow renewal in the San Juan's cabin. Now there's fireplace crackling, Mia and Lena witnessing. Words reaffirmed. Through betrayals and blooms. Summer sailed smooth till the curveball. Hunter's offer from a Portland powerhouse. VP slot. Equity stake. Relocate. Fresh chapter. Noah's heart stuttered. Seattle's roots. My gig's your firm. Buildable. Hunter's eyes pleaded. Together. Wade nights. Pros and columns. Stability. Growth. Cons and gut. Uproot. Echo of pushes. Jordan mediated. Change as ally, not exile. Decision dawn. Yes, with anchors, Seattle weekends, hybrid lives. Packing commenced. Boxes labeled us. But Portland's promise cracked en route. A box unearthed, forgotten, Hunter's old laptop, password cracked curiosity. Files spilled, emails to Evan, flirty edges, miss your vibe, dated post-gala. Noah's world tilted, laptop slamming shut. Confrontation exploded. Living room battlefield, accusations flying. Again, with boundaries set. Hunter paled. Ancient, prevow, deleted thread. But kept. Noah's voice shattered. Why? Fear. Of losing pieces. Hunter knelt, broken. Burn it. All. Noah walked, crashing at Mia's, Portland limbo, bags half-packed. Days blurred. Therapy solo, Jordan's voice lifeline. Betrayal's pattern. Break it or break. Week's end. Hunter at the door, laptop ashes in an urn. No more hiding. Ever. Noah searched, finding not perfection, but penitence. Therapy intensive. And time. Whatever. Hunter's plea raw. Stay. They did, unpacked, recommitted. Portland paused. Seattle reclaimed. The lesson sank. Love's not flawless arc, but spiral. Circling deeper, scars mapping growth. Fall's harvest. Book 3 conceived. Collaborative. Hunter's firm pivoted. Inclusive core. Holidays healed. Spoken stronger, Whatcom walks with imagined dad nods. Winter's hush brought quiet fire. Cabin escapes, snow blanketing doubts. One eve, firelit, Hunter traced Noah's palm. Our list, one rule. Choose daily. Noah smiled, lacing fingers. Choosing. Spring bloomed affirmed. Summer's heat tempered by trust's cool. Betrayals confronted, forged alloy stronger, bend not break. In Seattle's eternal drizzle, they thrived. Stories co-written, lives entwined. The end? Not yet, just the beautiful middle. Years layered like Seattle's sedimentary fog, each season adding patina to their union, polishing rough edges to a gleam that caught light in unexpected ways. The third book's release, Echoes Unbound, hit shelves with a splash. Reviews hailing its raw excavation of queer endurance. Tours packing houses from Boston to Big Sur. Noah read to rapt crowds, Hunter in front rows, eyes proud reservoirs. Backstage, always a touch, hand on nape, whisper of nailed it, grounding the whirlwind. Hunter's firm stabilized, Kane Collective a beacon for diverse talent, snagging Emmys for social impact spots. Portland's pull faded. Seattle's gravity held. The brownstone now home base with a studio annex for Noah's writing nook. Overlooking the bay, desk scarred by coffee rings and epiphanies. Challenges evolved, subtler. Noah's quarter-life ache at 32, staring down legacies amid bestseller status. Hunter's 40s whisper, gray threading temples, prompting midnight talks on adoption dreams or quiet travels. Therapy persisted, a weekly anchor, Jordan retiring soon. But their sessions a vault of victories. You've alchemized pain to power. Summer of the 5th year crested with a curve. Dad's passing, sudden as a squall, heart attack in the workshop. Wrench still in grip. Spoken blurred in grief's haze. Funeral under overcast skies. Eulogy stumbling. Mom's hand frail in Noah's. Hunter stood sentinel, eulogizing Dad's quiet strengths. Voice steady for the family he'd claimed. After, in the ranch's hush, Noah scattered ashes by the river. Boyhood casts echoing in ripples. He knew, he told Hunter, knees muddy. At the end. Hunter's arm encircled. He did. And beamed. Healing wove slow. Mom relocating west. A condo in Ballard near markets and memories. Holidays reshaped. Thanksgiving potlucks with Mia's expanding circle. Lena's sister joining. queer family fractal. Fall birthed renewal. Adoption inquiry. Paperwork a labyrinth but hope spark. Two dads. Hunter mused over adoption fair coffee. Eyeing toddler's chaos. Think we'd survive sippy cups? Noah grinned. With lists? We'd conquer. Winter's gift. Match made. 6-year-old Elias. Brown curls and wary eyes. From foster flux. Homecoming chaotic. Bunk beds bolted. Nightmares soothed with stories from unlisted hearts. Elias's questions pierced. Why two dads? Answered simple. Love's shape varies. Ours fits. Parenting refracted them. School runs amid traffic snarls. PTA battles with subtle bigots. Triumphs in finger paints and first bikes. Noah's writing deepened. Essays on fatherhood queer. Hunter's campaigns amplifying foster voices. But shadows tested anew. Year 7. Elias's school bully. Taunts of weird family drawing blood. Noah's rage simmered. Hunter's channeled to advocacy. School board pushes. Allies rallied. One night, post-meeting, Elias asleep upstairs. They collapsed on the couch, wine loosening. World's still cruel, Noah said, head on Hunter's lap. Hunter's fingers carded hair. But we're the shield. Spring's thaw brought bloom. Elias's rainbow art show, pride flags waving. Summer sailed with family camp. Orcas island tents. Kayaks slicing dawn. Laughter echoing. Fall's whisper. Health scare. Noah's checkup flagging anomaly. Biopsy looming. Waiting rooms chilled. Hunter's hand vice grip. Whatever, he vowed, voice fierce. We fight tandem. Benign, the verdict, shadow lifted, but gratitude gilded days. Park picnics, Elias's gap-toothed grins. Winter marked decade. Vow renewal grandeur, San Juan sunset, Elias ringbearer in tiny tucks. Vows evolved. Through grief and grace, I choose you, us. A decade's arc. Betrayals transmuted to backstory, lists to lore. Noah's oeuvre grew. Memoir on Elias, Tides of 3. Hunter mentored, firm a legacy. One eve, porch swing creaking, Elias Abed, city murmuring below, Hunter raised a glass. To the story we wrote. Noah clinked, eyes misting. Unfinished. Beautifully. Elias's voice piped from the dark. Daddy Noah? Story time. They rose, linked, ascending stairs. In the bunk's glow, pages turned. Tales of boys who listed dreams, found love relentless. As sleep claimed the boy, Noah kissed his curls, Hunter's hand warm on his back. Downstairs, arms entwining, Hunter murmured, Our hook, 3 hearts, endless plot. Noah smiled, rain tapping panes like applause. In Seattle's embrace, their narrative flowed, dramatic, emotional, romantic, humane. A testament. Love, pursued, prevails. Freedom in fidelity, identity in intimacy, compassion the compass. The drizzle cleared to stars, promise eternal.